just wait for everyone to come on, and you can tell me when they're coming on. Just wait for people to come. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Hello, everyone. Welcome. They're all coming in now. I can see you. If you'd like to say hello, that'd be great, so I know who you are. Okay. Everyone's coming on. So, hello, everyone. Hello, Sharon. How are you? It's good to see you. Hello, Dana. Hello, Sharon. Hello, who else have we got? Michelle. Mila. We've got lots of people coming on. Hello, everyone. And we're back again with another great show, the Kerrie Erwin live Facebook show. Anyway, welcome. I've got the beautiful dangerous witch here. Sometimes she's dangerous. Violet Storm, she's here to join me tonight, and we will be talking about past lives. It's a very good subject, isn't it? Very interesting. So we're all connected to past lives. Every single one of us have lived other lifetimes, perhaps here or perhaps on other planets. It's interesting, isn't it? So it's all these memories that are held in your subconscious mind. So if you ever want to find out what other lifetimes you've been in, you've had a feeling for a place, just perhaps go and have a past life and you'll find out lots of information. Because as I said, all the information is stored in the subconscious mind. Okay, I've got the cards going first. So good to be back. I've been overseas. I'm a bit jet lagged. I haven't slept in a couple of days, but the mind's in overhaul. I'm getting probably to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, so I've taken a bit of rescue remedy. But if anyone's got any cures out there for jet lag, let me know. Thanks. Okay, so let's pull the cards. Will we do that? Okay, if you pick number one, if you pick the number one. Oh, by the way, these cards are by Dr. Stephen Farmer. I've actually met him. He's in the States. He used to be one of Doreen's boyfriends. I met him at a few mind, body and spirit festivals and around Sydney, and he's put out quite a lot of literature. He writes for the same genre as what I do, the spiritual world, and these cards are beautiful. I mean, they're beautiful, and he also works a lot with animals, animal totems, and that. He's a very interesting guy. So thanks again, Stephen, for letting us use your cards, and we hope you're doing well over in the States or wherever you are. Okay, so Dr. Stephen Farmer. So the first card I've pulled, if you pick number one, we've got the ocean card. The ocean. This is all about waves, and it's about rhythms and cycles to life's waves. It's all types of emotions. So what you need to do, you really need to ride the emotion out. Or if you can't get out of that negative emotion, you know how we go through highs and lows in our life? They're like waves, aren't they? But we're going to call these, it's like the sea, it's emotional waves. So perhaps you may need to seek help, to try and get out of this cycle. Of these, you might be on a downer, might be hard for you to get up again, maybe a bit of counselling or talking to a good friend, and just to recognise, and admit, I'm not doing very well. There's nothing wrong with saying that to your friends and loved ones. I'm actually not doing very well. So it's about sort of being in tune with yourself and telling people how you feel, because often people aren't mind readers. A lot of people assume things, and there's a lot of miscommunication in the world. So the ocean for number one. This is all about the waves, being aware of the rhythms and the cycles to life's waves, because life isn't good, is it? We all have these spiritual lessons we have to learn, and some are good, some are bad, and some are pretty tough, I have to say. And a lot of people aren't kind. So not all our experiences here in our life are good, but the more you move on, the better. You just have to let go. Okay, number two is the mountain card. The mountain card. And this is all about your intention. This is all about your intention. And this is about really sticking to your intention, no matter what the odds. And don't allow the doubts. Don't allow the doubts. And it's not the destination, it's a journey. Because once you stick to this intention, I know as a writer, it's been tough, but I know exactly what I want to write about and I'll stick to it. It might take me a while, like, Rome wasn't built in a day. It might take me a while to write my book. If I stick to it with the good intentions and I channel a lot of information, I will have a result. And often these are edited, these books, by very good editors that actually really round the story out. I always say a good book is because it's got a good editor. So stick to the intention no matter what you're doing and no matter what the odds, because when you really put your mind to it, you can do anything. So number 2 is the Mountain card. So if anyone can relate to that. And thanks for welcoming me home, everyone. It's been a pleasure to do this show. It's been 2 years now, hasn't it?
It's been 2 years.
Yes.
We started this during COVID to help, and we're still here.
We're still here. So yes, here we go. Okay, the third card is the Moss card. I know a lot of people don't like moss because we've had it in your house from the rain. But moss is actually beautiful, isn't it, when you see it on the rocks?
Very healing, actually.
In the forest, yes. Yeah, there you go. And it's actually a lot of food for a lot of animals. So moss is all about adaptability, just going with the flow. And a lot of people don't change, but you can change. Don't expect people to change, but you can change your feelings, your emotions, and your decisions. Because a lot of people don't change. And I think that's something that you really need to accept. So this is about adaptability. And if you can, drink lots of water when you're going through these stressful times. Because that keeps us hydrated. And that keeps us really like the moss. It keeps all the nutrients and all our cells going. So drink lots of water all the time. No, don't neglect that. Don't dehydrate. And everything is about you. And it's about moving forward at an incredible speed. So once you let go and move forward and just let all the crap go, forgive this person, I'm not getting involved in that anymore, and not worrying about stupid things, you'll have a break. I actually experienced that today. You'll have a break in your circumstances and you'll have a breakthrough, and the other person will generally get in contact with you and things will be fine. It's about not getting the ego involved. So sometimes, you need to take the higher road, let it go. Don't hang on to crap. And because often, we really miscommunicate with people, don't we? So I love that card. It's number 3. It's called adaptability. Okay, the next card we have here by Stephen is the moon cycles, which is kind of similar in a way. And this is about keeping a journal. I remember I kept a journal years ago. It's amazing. You sort of read back in the journal. You can really see how far you've come. And also you can relate to your moods at a certain time of the month, or you can relate to how you sort of changed your ways in a certain situation, how you handled yourself, how you didn't freak out, tell everyone off and get upset. So you kind of just moved on. You need to watch your moods with this too. It's about watching your moods, watch your moods, and getting to know yourself better. Really get to know yourself better. This is a fantastic card. This is about the moon cycles. So let go of worry, stress, and troubling emotions, and know that good times are ahead, because life is about cycles too. So these are the cards by Stephen Farmer, Dr. Stephen Farmer. So I hope you enjoyed them, and I thought they'd be pretty good for everyone considering what's going on in the world, ups and downs. But it's fabulous to be back again, and I've just come back from overseas. So I have to say I'm so glad to be home because I'm so exhausted. I had such a busy time, and when I was in Greece, I got some evil eyes. See these? An evil eye. These are very good. You don't flash this to anyone. You can wear it on your body to protect yourself, and also you can place it in the front door. You don't have it inside your house. You have it on the outside of the house to protect from strangers. So you don't flash this in front of people's eyes. It's not funny. This is a very serious and it's a very special and powerful tool. It's very old, and so if you place this on the outside of your house, or if you're having difficulties with your neighbours and you can face it towards them, on any side of the house, you never have it inside, it will protect you. The evil eye is all about protection. So I've actually given this to Violet because we're energy workers. So I love this. And my daughter, she wears this as jewellery at work, and you can use it for anything. You can stop toxic people from harassing you. Just, wear it as a bracelet, Wear it in your underpants if you want. You know, you can wear it anywhere. But the evil eye is very powerful, and they're everywhere. Everywhere. I've seen them in Turkey too, and there's a lot in Greece. So I've just come back from Greece. So there you go. And I'd like to say a special shout out to Angela down the South Coast. She's one of my promoters. I'll be doing a show down there at the end of November. It's advertised on my website. And also in 3 weeks' time, I'll be doing my first Sydney show and my only Sydney show at 5 RSL, and that's all up on the website and all over Facebook. So if you'd like to come along and see a really good spirit show, that's me. I've been doing it for many years. I'd love to see you there. So 5 RSL in 3 weeks' time. There you go. Okay, we'll bring Violet in now. Would you like to join us, Violet?
I would. I'm loving these questions tonight.
Good. Okay, I've just got to show everyone this stone. I was showing everyone before when we were advertising the show. I'm not sure what this is called, so if anyone can let me know. A good friend gave it to me, and it's supposed to be the mediumship. It's very good for mediumship, this stone. Very good for mediums because it helps them ground the energy, you know. So there you go. So that's why this sits on my desk all the time, because I use it with the mediumship. So if anyone knows the name of this.
It's very interesting, sort of.
Yeah, it is interesting, isn't it? It feels so nice, and it's very grounding.
Quartzy.
Yeah, it does, but I don't know what the name is. I can't
quite
remember.
Sure on
It was
that
given
one.
to me by a very good friend who I hardly see her anymore, but I spoke to her the other day. So what's been going on, Violet? What's happening in the world?
Wow, we've just had Mercury retrograde finish, so everyone should be cheering out there in the audience. So that's releasing a lot of the past coming up, and we're sort of heading back into these cycles. And we've got a full moon, the Hunter moon, moving into effect this Sunday, I believe, around the 10th.
This Sunday. So what does that mean, the Hunter moon?
This is a time of great closures. So everyone will be feeling all the retrograde energies moving off. We've had quite a lot of retrogrades this year, but Mercury retrograde, the closing of that energy, the shadow tail of that's moved off. And we're heading into this full moon energy. And it's literally that closing just before we head all the way in to my favorite time of year, Halloween.
Oh, yes, Halloween, yes. And we've got a pre-Halloween show on here, haven't we? Yes.
So
I can see the witchy poo coming out in you, Violet.
That's
Scary.
right. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
So I'm already starting pulling out the my little decorations and pots.
You wouldn't want to get on the bad side of Violet, I can tell you now, folks. She knows all the tricks.
Collecting my spider webs from the edges, getting my brew ready.
Oh.
So ancestor energy is moving in. So connection with spirit, Kerrie. This is your area. This is like a big, powerful movements coming through. Receiving the signs and the messages will start to shift into place. So people should be letting us know what sort of alignments they've been feeling or signs they've been receiving. And you're talking past lives tonight.
Okay.
So
I feel this is a very helpful subject.
Repetitive cycles have been happening. So changing repetitive cycles is a big theme this year.
It is, isn't it? It's been a tough year for a lot of people, though.
Yeah.
We're just coming out of the COVID. I have to say there's no mask overseas. No one's wearing a mask.
No.
You wouldn't even know there was a pandemic on. So here we are in Australia. We've all got our masks on. Well, not so many, but...
Today on the trains and the light rail, everyone did.
Nobody's got it in Europe. No one's wearing a mask. Nobody. You wouldn't believe it. It's just...
Big changes.
Yes. So it's all... I've always said that we're kind of behind Europe in a way. We're kind of behind. So it sort of all happens there first, and then it sort of happens here.
Flow on.
That's always been the way, yes.
So repetitive cycles have been a lot of what people have seen coming up. We've seen a lot of, and a lady asked a specific question about this tonight, which I'll give to Kerrie a little bit later, but a lot of those past relationships pop back up. Things that haven't worked in the past come back at you and really test your thinking.
Yeah, well, I was talking to a client today, and I said I've tuned in that he had problems in relationships, and he was saying that he's now involved with a woman who's substance abuse. And I said, well, you've obviously you're a rescuer. And he said, well, my wife was an alcoholic. And I said, well, there you go, you're repeating the pattern, but you can release that with a counsellor, and also you can do cutting the ties, and you can do a lot of energy work on that. But he's obviously in a pattern where he's the rescuer, he's going to save these people. But it never works out, because when I was tuning into him, I could feel like I was watching my back all the time, will it work out?
Do you think that that is past life related when someone does it over and over and over again in this
It
life?
can come from childhood. You may have an abusive
Okay.
parent, and so you sort of, it can be past lives, but normally, a lot of the time, probably 50, 60%, it's often from your own childhood. It's the way you've been treated. You might have had abuse from your father or your mother, or you might have had with substance abuse or alcoholism. It generally comes from one of the parents.
Right.
So
You've watched
yeah,
it,
so
right?
you might attract alcoholic boyfriends or partners
Mm,
because you may have had an alcoholic father
yep.
or
Yep.
someone who had substance abuse. So you're attracting all the. It's your energy, So it's
It's like that
really
money
about
mentality
it's,
too, isn't it?
yeah, but these people,
Yeah.
like I notice these people who are really poor, right?
Yep.
And they say, I'm poor. Have you heard the poor me talk?
Yes.
I've got no money. I can't afford it. That really makes me cringe because when you talk like that, you attract it.
Yeah, it's true.
You attract
Absolutely
it.
true. What
And
Kerrie?
people who
So
hoard
true.
or hang on to things,
Yep. Can't
the
let it
more you
go.
do that, the more stress you'll have,
Yep.
the more you'll cut the flow. So it's very important to do that. But moving on to past lives.
Yes.
So I'll just quickly give a little bit of an intro.
Yeah.
I just want to promote my book called Mediumship. This talks a lot about death, what happens when you go to the other side, and it's about cases with case studies, and also how to. There's exercises in this book too, on how to enhance your own abilities. So a lot of my books are how-to books. So this is at Rockpool Publishing, and I'll be talking about that at the Mind, Body and Spirit Festival in Sunday week. So looking forward to seeing you all down there, Mind, Body, Spirit.
Kerrie will be at the readers room, is it?
No, I can't remember what it's called. The speakers room.
Speakers Lounge on Sunday the 16th, everyone.
Anyway, you can look at the diary if you're interested in. I'll be giving my talk. I was supposed to do it last year, but I had COVID.
That's right.
I got struck down. I couldn't get down there. I had so much bad luck in the last 2 years with COVID and having to. That's why I said this is my only first Sydney show in probably 2.5 years.
It's been a while. But just on the book, as someone who teaches, I actually recommend Kerrie's mediumship book to all the students because it's your how-to guide and gives you so much detailed information. So definitely, if you're interested, pick that one up.
Anyway, moving on, we're going to be talking about past lives tonight because first of all, when you die, you come out of your body, generally with a loved one, or a guide. Your guide's always with you from birth to death, so you're not alone. And then your guide and a loved one, whoever's with you, it's always the guide too. Maybe you have two people. They will take you into the spirit world, which is an arm's length away, but it's in another dimension.
Yes.
And once you get there, you have what we call you transition into the spirit world, back to spirit again. It's like you go home. So there is no death because life is infinite.
Yes.
So we don't die, we don't end up in a black hole or in a place like that. It's all rubbish. There's no such thing as the devil. It's just a commercial thing that the church has invented to make you go to church, to get your mum sitting on the pew. There is no such thing as the devil. You go back straight to the spirit world. You might be. There is another thing where there's a small minority of lost souls, but that's another story. But anyway, you transition into the spirit world, and then you get what we call the life review on how well you've done. And after you've had the life review from this life, you return back to the soul groups to reincarnate again when you want to. So that's why often you will see, babies that have died or children that have died, they often come back into the family.
Yes.
They'll come through the children.
100%.
And I've said it 1,000 times. And you probably say, oh, my little granddaughter, she looks exactly like so-and-so. And she probably is. Because generally families reincarnate back into the same family again, or people that you kind of know. Because have you ever noticed that there's people that come into your life and there's other people who don't?
Oh, always.
Because I've often thought, I wonder why, I really like this person, but I wonder why we're not in each other's lives. That's because they're off doing their other lessons and other spiritual contracts, and they're not meant to be in your life. And you think, but, I wish that person, I really like them, we've got so much in common, as a friend, and we could hang out, we could do this, but they're not meant to be. They're meant to be in a different experience on a different line. So it's interesting, isn't it?
Because it definitely is.
I thought, I can't believe it. I should be friends with that person but we're always crossing lines.
Yeah,
we never
100%.
meet. We're always too busy. We're never at the same place. And you wondered
just
about
not
that?
quite. Yeah, I have a dear friend like that.
Because the people who are meant to be in your life will be in your life.
Yeah.
You'll keep bumping into them all the time. They'll cross your path. You're like, bloody hell, I saw so-and-so today. I keep seeing them everywhere I go.
Yeah.
It's like signs from spirit. You know, you get feathers. You
Mhm.
might have coins. You know, you have these different signs. It's the same with people. They keep crossing your path all the time, even if you try and get away from them. If you can't get away from them, you can say, Spirit, please get rid of them.
Yeah.
Get rid of them, or you can cut them off energetically. They'll keep coming back in again, keep coming in again, because you haven't finished the
lesson.
the contract.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's
That's
amazing,
interesting.
that one.
And often, you know, when loved one dies, like often, you know, I meet so many people that have lost a loved one, a partner. And, you know, it's not fair, my partner died. It's because they weren't meant to stay with that partner for a long time.
No.
Because they're obviously meant, they got another lesson where they may have meant to meet somebody else to have another loving relationship on another level, because life is all about lessons.
It is. It is all about the lesson journey.
Years ago, I used to dream. I used to dream of a lot of things. Like you know how you dream? We dream of a lot of things. That's another sign from spirit. And I always used to dream of the ice and the snow. And I used to say tell my mother, and she'd go, "But you live on the south coast. You never seen the snow." And I go, "But Mum, I saw myself, you know, as this person in the snow, blah blah blah." Anyway, to cut a long story short, I ended up in Norway. And when I went there, it was like I came home. I related to everything. I spoke the language within 6 weeks. I've spoken about this before, because I went back to that lifetime because there was unfinished business. Because when I came back and saw the past life therapist in Australia, I thought, look, I think I'm actually a super brain. She goes, what do you mean? I said, well, I went to this country. I learned the language in 6 weeks, and I really believe that I'm a suppressed super brain. She said, no, you're not.
Love it.
No, you're not. You're just a bloody moron. No, you're not. Your problem is that you've lived in that lifetime. You had unfinished business. And we did the regression on it. And it was amazing. Went back to the lifetime of this Viking man, and he was a warrior, and he had unfinished business. And then it's funny because when I finished my time in Norway, it suddenly finished.
Yeah.
And I was back on the plane after 5 years. So there you go. And you've had a different lifetime in France, haven't you? When you were little?
I have to say I have the same cold. When I was little, I used to dream of snow and cold.
Yeah.
And I used to actually insist on sleeping with all the fans on so I could get under the blankets so it'd be really cold. When I was in France as a little girl, it was so familiar to me. It was like I knew the streets, I knew where to go. Even this restaurant on top of the roof that we used to go to, and the language was easy to me as a child. It wasn't a difficult thing to assimilate into.
And usually in the karmic thing of life, often the animals, they go to humans. It's not the other way around. Like, for example, if people have said, when you die, can you come back as an animal? It's usually the other way around.
Oh, right.
You usually reincarnate from an animal and then go to a human. It's not the other way around. Like, I've heard people say, look, I think Max, my late husband, is my dog. And I go, yeah, sure, I don't think so. But
that's wishful thinking.
Yeah,
right?
I think so. No, it's the other way around.
Yeah, well, you've just kind of popped a bubble for me. Because, I keep saying to my children, next lifetime, I think we'll come back as like our cat.
I don't think you will.
Cat. I want to
lie
down.
Who makes the rules? Who makes the rules? That's just my belief.
I'm not sure.
If you think that, well, it could be one of your cousins, or you know what I mean. But generally not. Like a lot of my cats I had in my life were my horses from my lifetime as an Indian person, because I had a flash. I had in a meditation. You can really tune into this deja vu thing, can't you?
Yes, you can.
When you have these moments of deja vu, like, oh, I think I've been here. I know this. Like, I remember we went to Rome years ago. I went with my husband, and we arrived and he knew every street. He knew where to go. Just follow him around like the donkey, carrying everything. And he sort of knew all the streets, all the places, where to go, the names. And I even knew that when I went to England.
Yeah.
I sort of went there. I went to Buckingham Palace, and I said to my husband, look, I think I've lived in this place.
Yep.
And he goes, yeah, you're a cleaner. I said, no, I wasn't, because I don't clean. You know that. I said, I think I might have been royalty. And actually, I did have a past life where I was royal.
Yeah.
But it was a long time ago, probably in the 15th century, 18th century, something like that anyway. But yeah, I did. I related to Buckingham Palace. Can you believe that?
No, I think we've had a lot of experiences. it's funny the things that you can be so drawn to and they just make so much sense to you, you know?
Or it can work the other way around. I remember years ago I went to America, and I've had a lot of Indigenous lifetimes. There's probably a lot of people out there that go, I really believe that I was an Indian in a past life. I've seen it in a dream. I've seen it in a meditation. I know my guide's an Indian. You hear people say that. I went over there and I had an adverse reaction where I went to San Francisco and went to the Redwood Forest, and I couldn't stop crying. It was so sad. It was so painful and beautiful, haunting, spooky place with these ginormous trees. But unfortunately, it brought back these memories I couldn't relate to. And I actually closed down for 3 months, and it was impossible for me to work for quite a while when I
wow.
came back to Australia, because something had shifted.
Yeah,
Because
connection shifted.
often nature, you may go to a past life place in nature, and that can actually, it'll move something. Whereas you go to a past life therapist, it's easier.
Yeah.
But you can,
It's
like
probably a little
the
safer.
energy, the country, the nature,
Mhm.
the ambience, all of that can really affect you. And
Yep.
surely you've all been to places where you can, feel that there's questions coming.
Oh, there's piles
Well,
tonight,
I think you'll have to
Kerrie.
read them out, because there's a lot of people who are
There's
interested in this
piles
subject.
tonight.
Well, try and answer some of the questions, but like you think about it, this whole thing of, I went to this place and oh my God, I felt like I really knew it. I smelled it, I felt it, I tasted it. I feel like I went there a million times. So you might meet a person, I feel like I really know you, but sometimes you might find out that person could have been someone that murdered you in a past life.
Seriously.
Doesn't have to be good.
My ex-husband and my ex-boyfriend prior both had the same name with the same birth date.
Spooky.
And both had the same passing of life, and I thought, that's some karma.
Interesting. Look, before we move on to the questions, I just want to say one more thing. I want to talk about how past life regression and regression work can actually help you with healing. Like in this book, Sacred Soul, I wrote a case study about a woman who couldn't fall pregnant. And she had about 4 goes of IVF. She came to me finally, and I said, look, just be open. We'll see how we go. We mightn't get anything. You're probably going to say it's your incredible imagination, but just go with it, because our subconscious mind carries all the memories.
Amazing.
Anyway, she came in and I did a past life regression on her, and about why she couldn't have a baby in this life. And we found out she was an Indian woman, and she was in a canoe with the children, and the canoe tipped over. So went to the falls too far in the river, and they all drowned. So after we cleared that and released it, and she saw that her children were okay, and they could come through again, because she couldn't get pregnant, she understood, and she let that grief, that sadness go, and she got pregnant straight away without the IVF. So there you go. So, and also people who might, babies who have eczema, that could have been carried through. I've found often with clients, it's from a fire, paralysis and things like that. Often you might see like a birthmark. You see birthmarks, they're usually wounds from past lives.
So fascinating that you say that.
They're usually wounds from past lives. So often I've seen like a big brown mark on me.
I have a cousin who has the biggest birthmark I've ever seen in the most unusual place.
That's generally a wound from a past life. Wow. Could have been a stabbing, it could have been something like that. Lung issues, for example. Lung issues, people with asthma.
Well, mine was eyesight.
Often might have had them shot out or burnt out in a past life, but I've done lots of past lives, and we've done a lot of done a lot of amazing work. So it's a very big subject.
It's amazing.
Drowning, lung issues, asthma, pneumonia, consumption. In England, a lot of people died of consumption, TB, and that they come through in this lifetime with these terrible illnesses to do with the lungs.
Oh, I remember a friend who couldn't put sweaters on or anything around her neck, and during a regression, it came out that she'd been choked. Was fascinating.
And then once she would have passed that life over and done the healing on it, she would have no problems.
No, that's right.
Choking.
She now is absolutely fine.
And the same as cancer too. So listen, be open. If you want to go and have a past life, it could be, I'm really drawn to this country, or I want to know about this person, or I want to know about this illness that won't go away. You can have a breakthrough with past life regression. It's quite amazing.
It's fascinating
and
work.
There's a lot of good literature out there with Dolores Cannon, Dr. Michael Weiss, and
Erickson and Milton.
Dr. Michael Newton. He
Yeah,
talks about the afterlife, the life between. But we've got some questions here. So
we do.
will I? Oh, I thought these were about past lives.
Oh, this one's about a trauma bond, this one.
What's this about? This one, the first one.
Oh, will I recover from a financial loss? And
This is for Anne. Look, Anne, I feel you will in time. I'm feeling that you need to be patient. I'm hearing the word patient. I feel eventually you will. I know. I just feel it's been a very big cost to you. I can relate to that. I can see the stress. I can see the anxiety. But I really feel in time you will get over this. You'll be back on your feet again. You feel betrayed. You really feel betrayed, don't you, darling? So I do feel that it'll probably take you a while, but you will get back up the ladder again. It's really taught you a big lesson about trusting yourself and your own intuition and not trusting people who bullshit you. And it happens a lot these days. I'm seeing a lot of it. Okay, Lenny Conway. I have just ended what I think is a trauma bond.
like a past life bond.
The guilt is killing me. Did I do the right thing? I get absolutely yes, don't you?
I did. I read it and thought 100%.
I know it's very emotional for you, but the betrayal is because I feel you're more angry with yourself. Because I feel your energy's been sucked and I feel that you've suffered ill health, I have to say. So good on you. Congratulations, I have to say, Lenny.
And I think what she's bringing up there with that sort of past life trauma bonds is, it can feel really like you're responsible for other people sometimes.
It's about cutting the ties, and it's all on my website in the audio section. You can cut the ties and, even go and see a counsellor if you feel like that, but you've done the right thing. I feel the guilty is because you've done the right thing. It's really about honouring you, because that was a very depleting and it's kind of like domestic violence in a way is what I get.
Mm-hmm.
What's Carolyn Donnellan talking about? Why would you
want an evil eye? Let's see.
The evil eye.
Oh, so this is about one of the ladies on here. Someone gave her an evil eye and she put it on her handbag,
right,
on the outside of her handbag.
So that's okay.
Carolyn Dolan saying, why would you want an evil eye on your handbag?
Because it's what you're wearing it on your body, Karen. You're wearing it on your body. Like often you might see bracelets, you might see little amulets, people earrings. You can wear it on your body. Like you can even wear it in your bra if you want. But that's just her way of feeling extra protection.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, we've got Alana Verde. She just said, Kerrie, I've lost my dad on the 16th of the 9th, so about a month ago. She said it was so unexpected, and she just wanted to know, is he all right?
I feel that her mum's in the spirit world, isn't she?
Yes, I believe
I feel that when your mum went, I feel he wanted to go too. I feel he wanted to be with your mother is what I'm getting. I feel that they're together. I feel there was unfinished business with them, Elena, is what I'm getting. And I feel that he's happy that he's gone. I just feel that he just didn't really, he was a person that I pick up, he didn't really talk a lot about his feelings and stuff. He kept a lot of stuff in. Like he might have said something, but it's not what he was meaning. So I feel he's with your mum. I feel he's happy where he is. So I'd be just saying, hope you're enjoying yourself, Dad.
And we have a lovely new lady joining us from England, Tina Hobbs. She said, Kerrie, can I please have a card?
Yes, we can pick one for you, Tina. Of course we can.
She said, I'm here from England. She put England up nice
and welcome
and large.
England, yes. And we just had the lovely Queen passing over there. So they were inundated with all the people, weren't you?
You were. So you have got temperance, Tina. And so when we look at temperance, this is finding the balance of life. And what I hear a lot around you is literally time to take some time out from the schedule that you're running. Find some balance between work and life. Even go and smell the roses. Just take that little bit of a walk. Keeps showing me sunshine. So I believe also that's a trip in mind or a trip in place. Taking a little bit of time out is coming forward for you.
I'm getting also that I've got a lady in spirit. I don't know if this was like a mother figure to you. It could be a grandmother or something. Also, I can smell a cigarette smoke around you too. So I don't know if you had someone you lost who was a big smoker, but they're next to you too. You've got quite a lot of people in the spirit world with you. I just feel you've got some sort of change coming up. I'm being told that you need to spend more time on you, on yourself, and not sort of, because it's like you've been through a lot and sometimes you get very overwhelmed, so you don't have time to smell the roses is what I'm getting. So it's time for you to sort of just move on and time for you is what I'm getting.
Lovely.
And we've got Holly Burling here.
Holly.
Holly, you've got, I don't know what's been going on with you, but I feel that you may have been stuck in a rut or something. It's been very slow for you, but I just feel there's a new interest coming in for you. You've got the Fool card, and that's new beginnings for you. So it's about you sort of getting out there more, sort of making a bit of an effort to, life per unit sort of thing. And there's some sort of new work or study coming up which is going to take your interest, which you need. I feel you have a very sort of busy mind, like your mind's very active. So I feel a bit of study would be good for you too, or something to really, get your teeth in.
I love that. Love the Fool card. I've got a question here for you too on the feed, Kerrie. It's from Toots Thorpe.
Yep.
And it says, I need to know if my daughter-in-law is going to improve with her health.
I get health. Yes. I definitely pick up there's been some sort of health issue in your home, and it's been taking up a lot of your time, it's been exhausting for you is what I'm getting. So I feel you need to let go, you need to pull back a little bit is what I'm getting, because it's causing you so much anxiety. I just feel it's kind of like, I do feel there's a breakthrough for her in some degree on an emotional level is what I'm getting. So I feel that she may need other people to come in and look after her in other ways, not you. I just feel you've been very exhausted by it. It's been very sad. And, I know you pray. I know you send good energy, but I just feel that you need to pass this on to other people, more professional people, and just don't get so involved and start doing things for you again, because this has really, really, really dragged you down incredibly, like a great sadness, guilt, emotion, whatever it is. It's almost like a black cloud around you. And, it's really affected your family from that, and your life and your friendship. And it's really aged you in a way. So you really need to step back from that situation and just trust in the process. There are good people around her who will help her, and sometimes it's our journey, isn't it?
It very much is. It's our journey to
sometimes it's our journey to just, take the initiative.
Yeah.
If we want to heal, what we want to do. So I feel you need to step back and let her take a little bit of responsibility with her actions and where she wants to go, her intentions.
Which brings us to Melissa Jane Butler, who said, Kerrie, I've noticed my grandmother has been guiding me to people who can help me heal ancestral trauma.
Right.
What do you think this means?
I just feel that you've probably got first of all, I don't know whether you've had your, what is it called, ancestry?
DNA.
I feel you need to look into your ancestry, find a little bit out and things like that. And basically what I get is about you making this the best life of all. I don't feel it's so much in the past for you. I feel it's about you, where you're going, what you want to do. So it needs to start with you is what I'm trying to say. So if you want to heal the past, it's about healing you. Where they've failed, you can be accomplished. You can win. It starts with you to change the past in the energy lineage, doesn't it?
It does.
So it's all about you making the changes, you doing what you have to do and not worrying about the past. And that's how you can change the past, and your ancestors will be proud of you.
Yeah, beautiful.
So if there's worry about that. So, and I feel that your grandmother would be proud of you, but I feel that you're misunderstanding the message. I feel it's more like you need to do the healing on you and to move forward, because I feel you're only got it sort of moving at half capacity. There's more to you, is what I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got a Shane Sullivan who met you at a book signing, Kerrie. And he says he loves your book. And he just said here, he said he's had a bit of troubles with his ex-partner.
Right.
And there's some property disputes that have come in with his dad. And he's just wondering how these things or how matters are going to start unfolding for him.
Well, first of all, the ex has to go. So you need to lose all the communication with her, cut the ties with her, don't take any of her rubbish anymore. It's almost like a betrayal thing. It's like she's come back and stabbed you in the back, is what I'm getting. So good riddance to bad rubbish, I say. With the father stuff, it's all legal stuff, doll. It may cost you a bit of money, but I do feel there's a win there. So don't worry about that. So I feel that through the lawyers, I do feel you will have a win. So there you go. You will have a win, but you need to take the right, you need to let that girlfriend go. She's just rubbish. Sorry, I hope she's not listening. But, together, it doesn't work. It's like a twin soul relationship. It doesn't work. You've been there, you've done the dance, it didn't work, so you need to go on. You need to move on.
Yeah.
And thanks for buying one of my books, and next time come up and say hello.
Okay. Let's see. We've got Renee Mansali. I hope I've said that right, Renee. Hi, ladies. It's been a period of new starts for me, an interstate move and a new job,
Right.
shifted career. How do you feel that the rest of the year will go now I've made all these big changes?
I just feel you're moving into this totally new energy, and it's quite overwhelming. I have to say, you need some rescue remedy.
It
It's like,
feels
oh
major.
my God, it's almost like I've died, but I'm being born again.
Yeah.
And this is
huge.
going, the first thing I'm getting for you, I feel you're going to be making more money. This work is going to entail new work. It's sort of new money. It's like a promotion in the world. It's almost like I'm walking down the street with a new pair of shoes on my feet. And it's actually a really good thing. I feel it's quite exciting because there's new beginnings around you. I feel there's someone in the spirit world. I feel I'm getting another lady. I feel it's a grandmother. She's clapping her hands and saying, good on you. You deserve it because you've done so much for everybody, is what I can hear. So enjoy it and reinvent yourself. Also, I feel your health is going to improve too. And also, I feel you need to do more sport. You're sporty. You need to get into sporty to help you, because I just feel that sometimes you don't know what to do. You get very overwhelmed with things.
And we've got a Stephanie sorry, Stephanie. She said, Kerrie, is there any meaning to the fact I kept saying 12, 12 and 10, 10?
Well, you're the expert on that. Violet has been away for the last couple of days and she kept saying 555. So
Yeah.
you can tell them about the numbers, my dear.
Well, the 0 frequency and the 1 step. So when you see 10, 10, we're talking about brand new starts, same as the 1, 2, 1, 2. And I noted in there that you said 444. So it actually means new pathways of work are opening up for you. And so a new way of working or a new way of doing things with work is stepping forward. And this is more in alignment to where things are headed. So I do like the number sequences. Numbers to me are like code. So then we've got, everyone's saying how lovely you look. And they're also saying it's lovely to have you back, Kerrie.
It's good to be back. We love it, don't we, Violet?
Yeah, we do. We do love being here. And please like and share the page.
Yes, and anyone who's in Sydney, please come to the show. We'd love to see you there, because
I'll
Violet's
be
got...
there greeting
You've got
everyone.
all your stuff here.
I do.
You need to talk about that.
I will.
She's got this special witchy poo stuff
I will wave
to
it
do
at
with
you in a
past life
moment.
regression that she bought tonight, because I said, bring
Okay.
some of your... She's got so much stuff, you wouldn't believe it. Got these candles and crazy things.
So Lena Conway, Kerrie, says, 12 years I have forgiven a person over and over. I believe it's a trauma bond also.
Yes.
Will I keep away from them?
I'm saying you need to put out the garbage once and for all. Bury it. It's not going to happen. The same thing. They haven't learned, because people don't change. You change. I remember my mother told me that years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
People don't change. You change.
That's right.
So this person hasn't changed. This person is going to continually blindside you, because they don't think they're doing anything wrong, because you're, and you know, it's like, oh my God, you're actually, I look, to be honest, I feel you're actually on a different vibration to this person, and they don't understand you, you don't understand them. It's like the dog. This person's like a cat and it's hanging around with the dogs. It's in the wrong group, so it's never going to change. You can forgive them, but they don't have to be in your life anymore. You need to move them on, please. It's not going to work ever, ever, ever.
I agree.
It's like old boyfriends. You think, I'll give them another go, and you think,
No.
oh, bloody hell, after the first 5 minutes, it's like,
now I remember.
Oh, why did I do that? Or even if you hear their voice, you think, oh shit, I remember all those bad times.
That's right.
At the nightclub. What you did, how you did it. You left me in the car park when you ran off with somebody else. That sort of thing. Yeah, you think, no thanks. And
we've got Tanya Horn. She says, Kerrie, I desperately need some guidance around the relationship with my husband.
The first thing I'm getting is it's almost like cross swords. I'm seeing cross swords with you and him, like he doesn't hear you and you don't hear him. There's a lot of communication issues. I feel that it's kind of very frustrating, because I feel that you still love each other, okay? But I just feel that I feel you need to do counselling is what I'm getting. I feel you may need to spend a bit of money on that, because I feel you really need to do counselling and then make your mind up from then, because you and him are not talking to each other at all. You can't hear each other. It's like the dog and the cat. You're talking two different languages. It's like this, it's like that. And it's like, it's a lot of hurt from both sides, you know, and it's like, I'm done. I feel so exhausted. So you need to get a counsellor and make your mind up what you want to do. And I do feel that you will have like what we call a spiritual teacher, and I'm getting that's like a counsellor, but at the moment your life is very limited. And I do feel, I'm being told, and I've got someone's father in the spirit world, that you will have a breakthrough when you do that, because it's so stupid stuff.
Yeah, it feels that way to me. We've got Kate Munyard. She says, "Hi, Kerrie. I'm missing my nan in the spirit world. Is she been around lately?"
I don't know. I've got someone who used to be a knitter around you. I don't know if it's her or somebody else, but I'm hearing Pearl playing, so I don't know if she knitted or, I know we don't do it these days, but these old people that used to knit is what I'm getting.
I remember. Yes.
I feel you had a very strong connection to your grandmother. It's almost like she's calling you my girl, because you and her had an understanding. Also, when you were younger, you had an incredible fantasy world where you could sort of dream things and talk things and do things like that. And I feel creativity is really good for you, darling. So get back into your creative things. And often those old ladies that used to knit, pearl playing, that was a way of meditation.
I actually think that would be very restful and calming.
It is, like it calms people
Yeah.
down. I personally couldn't do it myself, but yeah.
Not the greatest knitter, I'm afraid.
No.
We've got Betty, B-E-T-I, I hope I've Betty, Trapukowski, I hope I've said that right, probably haven't.
Yeah.
She says, "I feel just like that, like I've lived somewhere else previously, Kerrie. I carry that feeling all the time."
I feel that you need to follow that through, Betty. I really feel you need to follow that through, and you need to investigate it and go and see a past life therapist and investigate it, because you may uncover some feeling. It usually comes with a feeling of restlessness that doesn't go away, and it's just like, it's really frustrating. So go and see a therapist, go and see a past life therapist in your area, and go and have a session and see what it is. And I feel that after that you'll feel a lot more calmer. Also, I don't know if you had health issues or you suffer from anxiety, because your mind sort of goes over and over stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And also this person may help you relax and show you how to close down your brain, because your brain goes over and over all the time. You're an ideas person.
And Tootsthorpe just said, "Thank you, Kerrie. Her daughter-in-law is a kidney transplant."
Yeah, well, that is a very special soul who chose that experience, is what I'm getting. And I feel in time, with the right medications, she's been given another go. So in time and experience, I feel that there will be a breakthrough with her. But often these souls who come and choose these amazing experiences like that, which are very traumatic, as I was a trained nurse, very traumatic.
It must
wow. They're amazing souls to want to choose that, because we choose all our spiritual contracts.
Amazing. And we've got an Amanda Nelson. She said her husband's just resigned from his job in Hong Kong.
I feel it's the best thing he's done, because I feel he's been away from his family, and it's been hard, the coming and the going. I feel that he'll find another job, and I feel that I get new beginnings around him, but I just feel that it may be difficult for him to find something in Australia. Could be offshore, could even be New Zealand or overseas again, is what I'm getting. I just feel, I don't think he really wants to stay in Sydney either. I feel there's something overseas again. So there could be a move offshore for all of you.
Yeah.
I don't feel you're going to stay here. I feel there's another move coming.
No.
It's
it's so
either
true.
England, New Zealand, or something like that. I feel there's another journey, living in maybe another country, like an expat, is what I'm getting. Do you get that?
I do. So just what
I just feel his work. His work. It's not. There's not the right work here for him. Whatever he does, he's too qualified. He's too good, but where he was, it's come to an end, and it's just he's going to take time out. I feel he's paid off a lot of his debts. He's taking time out, so don't worry about money. I don't see any more children for you though. I feel it's done and dusted. But you have a business that you want to take off too, that you can actually work from home. You can live anywhere in the world.
Anna Risby, listen to this one, Kerrie. She said, "I think I died at sea because I have this inexplicable fear of the bottom of the ocean and shipwrecks. I find as I'm getting older, I'm developing a fear of the ocean further and no longer want to swim out of my death. Is this normal?"
Yes, it is. It's called a past life. It's called a blockage. So you really need to go and deal with that, and it can be easily fixed, and you'll feel so much better. And often those fears can cause phobias and also anxieties. So if you could go and have a session and get rid of that, that would help you so much. It really would. And also they reset your mind, so you won't ever have that situation again. And then I can see you swimming in the sea again. Life's too short.
Yeah, yeah. But it is just like that,
Mhm.
like you're describing. So we've got lots of lovely questions. Lots of people saying hi to Kerrie and welcome home.
Thank you everyone, and we're happy to be back again, aren't we?
Yeah, it's lovely seeing everyone's that.
We'll do the one card
I
readings
think
later
so because
at
you
the end
know
of the show, but we'll answer some of the
everybody has
questions.
got up for a card. So let's just
We'll
have a
do the
look. We've got
cards later.
Craig Heaton here. Craig Heaton lost his dad 20 years ago and his mum 7 years ago. And he'd love to know how they are or anything from them at all.
Yeah, I get an illness. I feel I don't know, I feel both of them may have had illnesses is what I'm getting. And I feel that this situation in your life, it made you very independent, made you grow up really fast. And I feel that you've had a lot of responsibility in your life. Is it Craig?
Yes.
And at the moment, I feel there's some changes coming up for you, some sort of changes you have to make, as I feel there's new opportunities with, it could be work or some sort of situation like that. So I feel that your parents, they kind of speak to you beyond the grave. Like they give you messages all the time, and you might have feelings. You might be walking down the street and you might have, oh, I'm getting a message. I feel like I need to do this or ring this number or do this or that. You get these messages, and I feel it's definitely your mum. It's like she's pushing you on. And I feel that definitely together, but I feel that they just did the best they could. And I feel that they were very good parents, but, you learned the hard way. There was a lot of personal responsibility and lessons that you had to learn. So, yeah, they send their love, but you're going through big changes at the moment. And also I'm being told that you're a bit of a softie. I don't know if you're good with animals. You're good with animals. Animals and children are good for you.
Yeah, amazing. And we've got Diane Benjamin, and she says, Kerrie, she said, in my current life, my two daughters are not nice to me. There are so many dramas. Would this be linked to my past life?
No, I think with you, I think that you give them too much, is what I'm getting. You need to pull back and you need to give them more personal responsibility and learn to say no. It's about boundaries, I think.
Yeah.
Do you get that? Yeah. I feel it's about boundaries with you. No, thanks, I don't want to do that. I don't give you permission to talk to me like that.
Yeah.
Because I feel it's almost like a conquest for them. They're both trying to get your attention.
Yeah, one-upmanship.
They're both trying to get your attention all the time. So I feel you just need to stand back and say, no, I'm not doing that. Do more things for you and let them sort it out, because I feel it's tough love.
Yeah, I think that they just blame her for everything.
Yeah, they're just being nasty. I wouldn't allow them that. Instead of fighting with them. I had a daughter like that. I used to do everything for her, and, she hardly gives me the time of day. And I think, oh, well, I just have to go with it because I know she loves me, but she's caught up in her own world at the moment, because they go through different phases, don't they?
They do.
Yes.
And you've got a lovely little question here from Carl Bullet Holtz. Will I be starting another job?
Yes, Carl, you're a person, you're a restless soul. I feel that your birthday, you'd have to be a day 5 person. You're like me, you got bees in your pants. I feel that there's another job. I feel where you are now, it's sort of like it's a harder or travel or something like that is what it is. But I feel you'll get another job, and it's like I keep seeing you switching around all the time. I do feel this working away is good for you, but I don't feel it's in this place, because I just feel it's too hard to get there. The travel, everything's going on. You worry about the kids and that, but I don't see you coming home and working. I do feel that you'll keep working interstate. I feel eventually you might even be looking, I know you're in Western Australia, but you might even look at Queensland. There's another job coming for you, but it's more down south.
Lovely. And we've got Sandra Lang. She said, Kerrie, I have trust and fear issues when it comes to romantic relationships.
Yeah, I feel also you need to look at what happened to you in your younger years, between the ages of 14 and 21 is what I'm getting. I feel it's a lot to do with your second chakra, your
solar plexus.
No.
Sacral.
It's to do with your sacral.
Yellow.
I'm looking lighting up yellow. I feel that something may have happened to you at that age. And I feel you need to look at your life and see what happened. But I feel, again, a good therapist, a good past life therapist will actually heal you from that. I feel you're carrying that energy there. Could be a past life as well, but I feel it's this lifetime as well. I'm getting something from the ages of 7 to 14. I'm seeing the orange, so it's definitely the sacral chakra, energy center.
Yep, beautiful. We've got Julie Alexander saying, I have been told I was an alien and I crashed my spaceship in a past life.
Join the club, most of us have. Believe it or not, we all come from the stars. We didn't come out of the capsicum or the apple on the tree.
Yeah.
We actually came from the stars. We're all star people. We all originated from other planets. That's how we came here. So we're all star people. And some people forget, some people don't remember, but there's a lot of people, a lot of children being born today that actually have all the qualities of the star children. There's what we call hybrid souls.
Yep.
Hybrid souls are people that have actually lived on other planets. It's not a bad thing. It's actually quite amazing because you can have a past life on that. You can actually see what planet you lived on.
Yes, you can.
I'm actually trying to sell a book at the moment, which is overseas. It's about Journey to the Stars. So if once it gets, I don't know who's going to buy it, or if it's eventually going to be an ebook, it's got a lot of information in it. But Dolores Cannon writes a lot of information about hybrid souls. So join the club.
Star children.
And often when I do my sessions with my clients, I'll often say, well, can you bring back some information from that planet that will help you now in this life, which is the best life of all. And often they'll channel that information back when they're under, and they'll be able to have changes in their relationships or things like that.
Different epiphanies. And someone's asked a really valuable question, I think, and they've said, what about all these people that are told that they were someone famous, you know?
Often that is a lot of bullshit, I have to say. Like, I've had people say, look, I think I was Jesus Christ. No, you weren't, you know. Like people used to say to me for years, I used to have this haircut like Cleopatra, and they say, oh, geez, you must have been Cleopatra because you're so psychic and you're so switched on. You've got the haircut, you look like Cleopatra. When I did the past life, I was Kiki the elephant girl, you know, like with the black skin, the little thing with the funny nose, and, you know, I used to look after elephants. So, no, that's a lot of ego stuff. We'd all want to be Jesus. We all want to be a rock star, but no, unfortunately, no, you're not. You were just
not many are going to be that. I'm afraid I've been under the earth thing, and I've been the old lady out in the woods, but I haven't ever been anyone.
And for people who don't trust themselves, the key to that is you start people that don't trust other people. You need to trust yourself more. That's usually your own thing. People say, oh, you know, I have trouble trusting people. It's because you don't trust yourself.
Yeah.
You're not listening to your intuition. You're not listening to your own judgment. You're listening to what other people say, and you're actually surrounding yourself with negativity.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's about coming out of the dark cloud, exercise, diet, therapy, you know, and starting to really own your stuff and love yourself. Anyway, we'll get some of these cards.
We better get into these cards,
these
for everyone,
cards,
because the requests are rife.
Well, you're all waiting. You've all been very patient.
We've got a first-timer, Tina Simpson.
Right, there you go, Tina.
Tina Simpson, let's go with you. You have got the Sun. So the Sun is positive outcomes. It's looking at that great joy and happiness moving in, and it's showing us better times are here now. It's literally saying to you, you're stepping into better outcomes, better rewards. I also get a sense that you're looking after your health a bit more, or your mind's turned its focus onto sort of the exterior, the things that I want to improve, and you're being really encouraged at this time to push forward.
Dana Harris.
Dana Harris, you have gotten the Moon, which is one of my favorites for psychic connection, but it's also a little bit of a warning at this time with you. It kind of brings us up and says, there's a couple of people about that I need to be a little bit more cautious of.
Don't be so trusting of them.
I need to kind of just watch who I tell all my information to at the moment, Dana, okay? And strangely, I feel like this is actually someone close to you.
Gupre?
Gupre, the Emperor, which is such a strong, powerful figure for business. It really brings me into a time of making money and says that this is a really good time to keep that level head, move forward, and actually bring in some rewards. People are going to seek you out at the moment and really respect your judgment. I feel like this is a time of financial gain and moving forward.
Helen Kosh.
Helen Kosh, we've got the Wheel of Fortune for you. Wheel of Fortune brings to me the fates, the guardians of the four corners sit above you, and it really says the hand of God or the hand of the angels is spinning things in your favor right now. If you're been wondering, should I take a chance on this? Should I risk it? The answer is yes.
Michelle Abba.
Michelle Abba, the Lovers. To me, this is contract, negotiation, moving forward. I actually get quite a lot around property with you at the moment, and I get quite a lot in the sense of good times, making good deals, and actually making good contracts.
Elizabeth Munn.
Elizabeth Munn, you too have come up with the Sun. So this Sun is positive outcome, positive recourse. I actually feel that this is a time of planning a holiday or moving towards some positive goals for self. It's actually saying take your time out, enjoy it. Good things are on the horizon.
Helen Jovovic.
Helen Jolovic, we have got the High Priestess. This is beautiful. She's in between the polarity, the black and the white, and everything in life must be in balance. She sits between this world and the next. So it says that we're gaining knowledge and wisdom that will assist us make higher decisions, walking a spiritual pathway.
Bruce Kennedy.
Bruce Kennedy, the hanged man, sits here. At the moment, it's telling you to slow down and stop. Really take a different look at situations before you proceed. It's a time to speak less and listen more. There's things afoot at your front door that you need to pay attention to. You're missing a vital piece of information.
This is for Cara.
Cara Richards.
Big changes.
Nice.
You've got the big changes card coming up. It's the Wheel of Fortune.
That's very nice. Nice things coming your way. And this, yet again, is that hand of God feeling. Things are turning.
Finally coming your way.
Yep.
Okay, we've got, that's a difficult one. We've got Mary.
Gorskowski.
Yeah.
Hi, Mary. This is the Chariot.
So hang in there, girl.
That is actually perfect, Mary. I know you've been hanging in for some time, but this means
you'll get through.
It's coming, okay?
You've got the victory card, so you will have a breakthrough. So you don't have to keep gritting your teeth, Mary, because you'll get what you want eventually. It's all there. It's all happening.
Perfect.
Okay. Anna.
Anna, this is the Magician. This is the man with all the tools at his disposal, isn't it, Kerrie? Someone who's got all the right ingredients to actually move ahead powerfully now. But you've really got to put them to use. You've now got the skills to get what you want. You've actually got to open your mouth and move forward.
Marcia,
the Lovers.
Choices, Marcia, coming up, and you need to think about yourself first.
Yep. Beautiful energy, but you need to stop. Kerrie's right. Put yourself first.
Kasha Troa.
Okay, we've got Strength, Kaja. This is really a beautiful time. It says be fearless. You're in control. What you want. Just go
Don't
for
take any crap. You're the queen.
Yep. Don't hesitate. You've got everything you need here to get what you want.
Yes. This is Angela.
Oh, Angela. Angela, this is the Lovers. This is a time, yet again, this is the contract for me. This is the bonds. It's the deepening of those bonds as we move together for you. So it's really feeling this beautiful, warm energy.
It's a time of change.
And bringing things together.
Right.
It's lovely.
And this is for Deidre.
I love the Hangman's message.
Well, it's almost like things are on hold for poor Deidre at the moment, but you know, sometimes they do, because sometimes things need to pass before something else comes up.
I always like it when I get it, because it's a good reminder for me to go, okay.
It's almost like things happen for a reason.
You're supposed to be in a go slow.
Yes.
And you're supposed to really see what's happening here. I like that, a Hangman.
Okay, this is for Maz.
Maz, okay. The Hierophant for Maz. So this is a time of learning, a time of taking on the teachings, really, being kind of guided and seen through difficult periods. Someone is really coming in here to sort of guide you through difficult times and through times of learning and growth. I see a great growth period for you.
Incredible. Okay, this is for Kev Dunn.
Kev, contracts. I like contracts.
You've got some new contracts happening, Kev.
Yeah, this is definitely signing up the deal for you. I actually keep seeing signing it up.
And I feel you've got a father in the spirit world who's helping you. So there you go. So it's very close. Okay, I think that's it for tonight. So
it is. My goodness, that was lovely.
Yes, I hope we got everyone. We went through a lot of people, didn't we?
I think we got through a lot there. There's always more, of course, and if we've missed you, please like, share, and follow.
Yes, and you know, we love listening, you know, to all of you, and we're sorry if we can't get through to everyone, but we try our best. But we've got different subjects every week we'd like you to look at, because it's amazing what's out there, isn't it?
It's incredible.
It's amazing what's out there and what you can get help with. Yeah, show them that.
Quickly before we go, For past lives. Now, you can buy this from the herbal shop, and I recommend you do. Don't try and mix your own. But you can get a mugwort tea, which is good for trance state work, dream work, and helps with past lives.
Really?
So mugwort, you can also burn this on charcoals and help with...
And what does it do? It helps you go into a trance.
It helps with psychic connective work and energy. And you have to have it brewed by you can get it in the tea shops, and do follow the instructions. Don't just overload on it. It's a bit sharp.
So what happens? You burn it and you sort of go into a trance?
Well, it's to help connect with spirit.
Really?
Yeah, and it's to help with psychic
Do you see
work.
visions, or what?
The idea of it with the tea is it's a dreamy tea. Helps.
Oh, you don't drink it, you burn it.
Well, you can drink it or burn it.
I wouldn't drink that. It tastes good.
Actually, we mix it with a bit of chamomile and a bit of honey, and then you can have it as
you become a walking third eye.
Sleepy type tea.
Okay, what have we got here, Violet? My God.
These have been rolled, so I've made these. These are taper candles that we burn with all the herbs. That lovely mugwort, chamomile has all been rolled, and our oils have been rolled in here. And these are for psychic work, psychic connection, and helps with the spirit realm or connecting with angels.
They're beautiful, aren't they? That's absolutely, you know, Violet does lots of spells in her house. As I said before, you never want to cross her.
I have a fire extinguisher.
Yes. I've seen her cauldron, so ooh.
Fire extinguisher.
I think I'm on the right team.
I'm the only person who gets a fire extinguisher for Christmas.
That's funny.
My son's convinced I'm going to burn the house down.
That's so funny. Well, that's another night, Violet.
It is. I can't believe it. You're back.
Yes, I'm back, and I'll be at the Mind, Body, Spirit. You're not joining us this time.
I wish I was this year, but I will be at Kerrie's live show at 5 Dog.
Yes, so you'll have to come to that, everyone, in Sydney.
Make sure you've grabbed your tickets.
Or the one down the south coast. But anyway, I'm talking about mediumship. I'm finally doing it this year.
Yep.
I was sick last year. I had the COVID, so I'll be talking about that and all the tips and everything, lots of stories and everything. I'll probably do a few readings too. But we've had a lovely night. I hope you enjoyed the past life segment. I'm coming overseas. So I thought, gee, we have to talk about past lives because
she's been wandering the world.
It's extraordinary, you know, walking in places in Italy like the Forum.
That would be amazing.
How amazing is that? Like, it's just, it's incredible when you see it because, you know, like that actually happens.
Yeah.
You
and
know?
how does it feel when you're standing there, Kerrie? I haven't been to the Forum.
Well, it's just like, you know, like, or when you go to Paris and you stand under the Eiffel Tower, or, you know, when you go to these sort of landmarks in different countries, you know, it just brings you back all these memories.
It does.
And you think, oh my God, I can really relate to this. And, you know, like using your incredible imagination, you then go and have, you know, a cup of coffee and a croissant or something.
Yes.
Yes. It's
Under
interesting.
So
Europe is a really happening place. But the other thing I want to say is please light a candle for the war.
Yes.
Because it's starting to really fire up. Yeah. So we need as much angelic and light work out there as possible for the people
of Russia and Ukraine.
Yes, there's a lot of young Russian, you know, young boys being murdered over there in the army. But, you know, like we really need to support the energy on the planet. So light a candle and ask for the war to stop. That'd be great. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
All right,
okay,
everyone.
Well, take care and enjoy the week and enjoy the new moon. What is it again?
It is the full moon, the hunter's moon.
The hunter's moon. So hunt down what you want is what I say.
That's right.
Okay.
Bye.
I'll turn you off now. Bye.